going to talk a little bit about who I am, and then I'm going to come back to that question to give you a second to think about it, okay? So the question that I have today is, what is the worst thing that could happen in your business right now? It's only going to be like and so I want you to think about that. I'm going to ask everyone to answer and tell me what you think is the worst thing that could happen in your business right now. Okay, but before we do that, I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am. I am Takisha Bromell with Girl Friday Business Solutions. We we make your business hum. That's what I said earlier. I'm gonna stick with that today. We make your business hum. So what do? We do executive assistant network work for businesses. We do social media marketing for businesses. We do a whole host of things to help you in the background of your business so that you can focus on your business and focus on revenue generation activities rather than back office paperwork activities. So if you ever need a Girl Friday, how many people have heard of a Girl Friday before? Yay, okay, good. Well, now you know what a Girl Friday is. We do everything excellent in the background, so thank you. So I'm gonna now ask you, you only have just one thing that you think is gonna, listen, wait a minute. What is the worst thing that could happen in your business right now? Go.
We didn't generate any new clients.
No new clients, go.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, that could be the worst thing.
Yes.
Okay, no new clients, go.
Chase and I are probably the same also, but not having enough good people to work in the restaurants.
Okay, so not enough people.
Yeah,
So okay, either clients or on the other side, having clients or business, right? Okay.
For us, the customers are coming. We just need the good people to serve them.
Okay, so you need really good employees.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, yes, sir. Right there.
Hey?
Yes.
Okay, the weather, but that's starting to change, so we're all good.
Yes.
Onboarding.
Onboarding who?
Onboarding partners and employees.
Okay, all right, sir.
Socialism, if we want to Didn't mean to get political.
Okay, sometimes you have to. Okay, Blaine.
I was going to say lose my Wi-Fi, but I'll go with socialism.
Okay, yes, sir.
I'm with him.
Okay, you guys. Okay, all right, keep going.
Not finding good recruits.
Okay, so again, we're talking about clients or having employees, right? Okay, yes, ma'am.
Website going down for any extended amount of time or Wi-Fi going down.
Okay, keep going.
One of my employees accidentally poisoning somebody.
Okay, who's an insurance? Somebody needs to get him some. Okay. The insurance.
Exactly.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, new customers, new business builders. If no one wanted to do either, I'd be out of business.
Wow, okay, yes.
I'm going to touch on the socialism is government becoming Medicare, changing healthcare to Medicare for all.
And that affects you a lot because you're in the insurance industry, so I get it. Yes. Go ahead, LaShawn.
So I would say talented employees. You can have an employee, but you have to have a talented employee. We have a hard time finding talented employees. So that is one of the big things with my company.
Well, let me just say this. I was not going to talk about this, okay? But thank you, okay? Since everybody's talking about employees, make sure that when you're looking for an employee, which we can help you with that, but okay, back to that. Make sure that when you're looking for employees that you use the DISC and the Myers-Briggs to your advantage. Those things really help you identify who is going to be the right fit for the position. And then you're going to take that information and then you kind of need to look at the culture of your business and what you want in that, and then that's how you make your decision. But it starts with the Myers-Briggs, and it also starts with a good DISC profile to understand a person's personality and connect that to the job. Okay? All right, yes, sir.
If people made a decision they didn't like money,
Okay, I'm sorry, say it again?
made the decision that they didn't.
Excuse me. Okay.
If they made the decision they didn't like money anymore, which ties to the socialism thing.
Oh, I could have really crawled into numbers like that.
Government
Okay, and how about you?
If we lost the key employee that did the logistics to make sure that everybody got their product right, if we can't deliver, then no one's going to order food.
Okay, so you guys.
Key employee.
I'm sorry, keep going. I'm
Key
sorry.
employee would be the worst.
So a key employee leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, what I'm hearing is that you feel that the biggest issue that you're having is either finding a client or finding a good employee and then keeping those employees. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think the worst thing that could happen in your business is. And what I think it is giving up. You giving up is the worst thing that can happen in your business. So now I'm going to ask you, why do you feel that giving up is the worst thing that can happen in your business?
Because you don't care anymore.
You don't care anymore. That's a good one. What else?
You don't pass down passion to the rest of your people, so they don't care
You
anymore.
lower standards.
You lower standards. You
leave
give
people
up.
hanging.
You do what?
You leave people hanging.
You
Your
leave
clients
people
and
hanging. Your
employees.
clients hanging.
Don't follow through.
That's right. All of those things. And what I want to talk about is when in business, it becomes sometimes very hard. It's exhausting work. It is it becomes very hard to continue to keep the momentum that you have. But you have to continue to walk, continue to push, continue to do what you have to do. But the worst thing that you can do is give up. The worst thing that you can do is say, I've had enough. Because when you started the business or when you started to work for the business, you had all of these goals and ideas and things that you wanted to accomplish. You had a why. So whenever you're having that question in your mind, because we all have the gremlin, we all have that thing that we feel like is the worst thing, and I wanted you to kind of express and voice that for a reason, because that thing that is the gremlin that's behind your ear always talking is that thing that you have to fight every day to get up and do it over and over again. When a client leaves, when a client maybe gives you a negative review, when an employee doesn't do exactly what you wanted them to do, and they do something that's maybe detrimental to the business, all you have left is your why. So number one is when you're talking and thinking about giving up, because we all get to the place, we all will get to the place, and we get to it multiple times to the place where we want to give up on the business at hand. We have to go back to, why am I doing this? That why should really, if I'm being honest, that why should really be your foundation. It should center you, and it should start to give you another reason to get up to the next day, right? Number one. Number two is you have to face adversity. Face it head on. What we do is we let that gremlin and we let the adversity of whatever's happening stick around. And we let it sit for a while, don't we? Don't we just let it just kind of like linger too long? And what happens when we let adversity linger?
You start believing it.
We start believing it. We start fellowshipping with it. We take it to lunch with us. We take it to dinner with us. We take it with us, and it continues to ride on us, and it continues to keep going to the point where it takes us down the path of wanting to do what?
Give it up.
Right. So we have to go back to our why. We have to face adversity when it comes. Get in front of a computer, get in front of something. If you're dealing with adversity, dealing with a situation that you need to deal with, start to brainstorm. Bring someone in. You may have to bring in someone who does critical type situations when you're having an issue with your business. You may have to bring someone else in to help you with those critical issues. A coach, someone who can coach you and tell you, what are the things I should be looking at? The adversity is here for a reason, but it doesn't have to stay. You can kick it out of the door by facing it head on. Just deal with it and let it go. Number 3, have the hard conversation. If something is not right, something's not happening, something you need for your employee to do, something that is not happening the way that you feel like it should, why do we have issues with having hard conversations? It's a conversation that you need to have. How can someone how can someone figure out what you need, how you need it, what you want to see if you don't open your mouth and say it. We're business professionals. If we can't share with them that this is not working, or this is what I want to see, then are you being a great leader?
No.
Are you? But then why? So then why do we not communicate, not share?
Fear.
What are we afraid of? Fear.
Fear.
Yeah. But what are we afraid of?
Getting out of your comfort zone.
Rejection.
Yeah. And then also their rejection. It probably is more their rejection than your rejection. And so what I want to say is that it's okay to have the conversations that you need to have. I want to empower you today to have the conversations. It's okay to have them. So number one, we want to get back to what?
The why.
The why. Get back to your why. Before you give up, you need to give your why another chance to wow you. Because the reason why you're doing this is because of your why. And your why wowed you to step out and do what you're doing. Didn't it wow you? Didn't you say, well, I can do this. I can absolutely do this. Number two is you need to face adversity. How do you face adversity?
Head on.
I love it. Yes.
There you go.
Head on. Just go ahead and make the decision on how you're going to handle it. Also know that you don't have to be the only one to be in the position to help the situation. It is okay to understand your strengths and your weaknesses and then bring someone in to help you with the situation. It's absolutely okay to do that. That is a good leader. We're not going to be good at everything, but we know that we have to hit it head on. And then number three, what was number three?
We just talked about
Don't be,
Okay.
Don't be
What
afraid.
now?
don't be afraid.
Have the conversation.
Have the hard
Thank you.
conversation. Thank you so much. I think it's good. She's standing right beside me.
The words. The words from it. I didn't.
Have the hard conversation. It is okay to share. When you have like two people in business, it's okay to share your thoughts, your dreams, your issues that you're having. When you're having conversations with your boss, it is okay to have those conversations and to be honest with them. When you're having conversations with your staff, it is okay to tell them that this is how I feel, this is what I need, these are my wants, these are my desires. Maybe you're not the right fit, or maybe you need to be in a different position within the company. It is okay to say all those things. Because what I know is that most of the people are thinking the same thing that you are. They're feeling like like for let's say an employee that is not doing or not maybe meeting expectations, they're already feeling the heat. They're already feeling it, they're already sensing it, and they're wanting you to say something. So, what is the worst thing that could happen in your business? What's the worst thing that could happen? Giving up. It is not time to give up. It is time to push forward, to think forward, and to move forward in all that you're doing. Thank you so much.